To my TikTok family who have loved and supported me, nataka kwanza kusema asante. Thank you very much for your love and for your support and for everything. Now, I know most Kenyans have lost hope. And most of you can't see where this country is heading. And you are relying on Morara. But I want to tell you this. I'm nothing without you. And if you rely on me too much without doing something yourself, I'll not succeed. My success is based on how much you also do as an individual. Me, I'm grateful that you've given me that influence to be able to influence change at a higher level. Lakini wewe, ujue kwamba hata wewe uko na kazi ya kufanya. Kwamba hii kazi tunaifanya sisi wote. Now, some of you have asked me, why do we need a political party? The reason we need a political party is so that the Raila Odinga movement does not repeat itself. The Gen Z went to the streets. It's like somebody who goes to hunt. Then when you bring the meat home, you sleep hungry, you don't eat, other people eat. And you see, mlikuwa mnapigania Joho, Paranya, wapate viti. The Gen Zs never got the change they wanted. They fought for the finance bill, but it never succeeded because they removed the finance bill but signed the appropriations bill. Ruto removed the cabinet and brought back same monkeys, same forest. The replacements he bought were just as worse as the other people he had in the cabinet. So what I want to tell you, my friends, is this. I know most of you have told me. I even see your inboxes. Mnasema, Morara, tuite maandamano hata sai. We need to go to the streets. We need to go to the streets. All I can tell you is, friends, it's not your time. Bado. It's not your time to go to the streets. I know some of you will disagree with me, but bado. Hii ni githeri, tunaendelea kupika na haijaiva. Na the reason haijaiva ni kwa sababu wewe ambao unatazama hii video, you've not done your part. One of the things we need to do is we need to remember that 70% of Kenya, they don't live in Nairobi, they don't live in Mombasa, they don't live in Kisumu, they live in villages. They don't live in the cities or towns, they live in the villages. Sasa wale watu wa TikTok wenye tayari mko kwa villages, you need to inject, you need to do civic education to the people that are there. Because the only way we can have a revolution in this country is if the majority of the country is with us. Lakini sasa kama watu wako kwa village, Sirisi ya member of parliament, kesi ya corruption imeanguka yenye mali ya Wakenya iliibiwa na mnamsherekea. Wavinya Ndeti ametoka kupeleka pesa yenu huko UK, anarudi mnampokea kwa mbwembwe. You realize that the problem is not the leaders, the problem is the people. So lazima to change vile watu wanafikiria. That's why naambia wale wanasema we go to the streets kwamba hold off kidogo. I'm not saying we won't do it, we'll do it and we'll do it very soon. But can we gather enough momentum? Even a tsunami has to gather enough water. All right? Can we gather enough momentum? So that even if we do something, we are not doing it to fail. Remember, most of the Kenyans are afraid. And for us to lose that fear, that there has to be something that has happened, like civic education, very serious civic education on why they need to lose their fear. Otherwise, mtatokea kwa streets, only 20 people, the police will kill you, and that will be the end. We need a Bangladesh style of revolution for us to bring the change that we want. But for us to get that kind of revolution, my friends, we need to do very, very serious civic education. And nafaa tujitolee kila mtu kwa hali na mali. Now me, I've been trying, but as you know, civic education comes at a cost. Hata nyinyi mkianza, mtaona tu. Wale wanasema, oh, Morara, unaomba, una raise funds sana, wachana, fanya kazi. Mkianza hiyo kazi yenye nafanya, mtajua. Mtajua kwamba hiyo kazi si kazi rahisi. It needs resources, and because you can't beg people all the time for donations, we have to come up with creative ways to raise resources. And that's why I've come up with the issue of doing the t-shirts, you know, different types of merchandise, so that as people buy, they have something to wear, but they are also donating in a way that will have money for doing civic education and for, you know, opening up people's eyes. And that's the purpose for which I plan to use the funds. Now, some other people have asked why we need the party. As I've told you, there is nobody who's going to support you to remove a government if you don't have a replacement. Not even the US, not even Canada, not China, not Russia. No one is going to support you to remove a government, however corrupt it is, as long as it's a stable government, hata kama iko corrupt, imewaibia kila kitu, lakini iko stable, imehold security as the state, they'll never support you. Why? Because for them to support you, you need to have an alternative system. As young leaders, you need to tell me, what are you doing to groom yourself as replacements to the corrupt leadership that we have? What are you doing? And how are you organizing yourself? Because ours is a party democracy. Without a party, we are going nowhere. Because otherwise, we'll go to the streets, demonstrate, remove the government, yes, but somebody else who didn't go to the streets will take advantage, become president, appoint his ministers, continue with corruption. Either a military officer or some corrupt politician. So we need to organize ourselves into a system where we are already mentoring ourselves to be a replacement to those corrupt leaders that we don't like. So we must be the change that we want to see. Now, not everybody supports us. Kuna wenye watapinga, kuna watatuita majina, kuna wenye watatutusi. But let me tell you something. Kama hautaki matusi, wachana na mambo ya uongozi kabisa. Mambo ya uongozi utatusiwa. Na ubembelezi, watu watakutusi. Watu watakwambia wewe ni hii, wewe ni hii, wewe ni hii. People even tell you you are poor. Wewe ulikuwa maskini wewe kabla kuanza siasa. Siasa ndio imekusaidia umenunua nyumba ama umenunua gari ama bibi yako amejizaa hospitalini kwa sababu siasa imekulipia hospitali. People say things that will hurt you and things that will go into your heart and into your brain and hurt you properly. So kama uko na ma feelings, wewe ni mtu wa kukasirika haraka, wachana na mambo ya uongozi kabisa. Itakustress, itakuumiza. So we need our own party to organize for the next step, because after the revolution you need leadership. So we need to groom those leaders now. That's the only way we get even support. What I have to say lastly is leadership comes from God, but is rubber stamped by man. It is men that give a man favor to lead them. And the burden of leadership is painful. Personally, leadership has brought a very huge inconvenience into my life. Yani, imeniumiza na imeni-inconvenience sana. Juu unafikiria ungekuwa umerelax mahali una watch movie yako Netflix, una sip juice yako bila kusumbuana na watu, but here you are, struggling, and sometimes you're fighting the government, but at the same time the people you are fighting for are also fighting you. So unapata kuwa kazi ngumu sana. Inabidi upigane na serikali na bado upigane na hao watu ambao unapigania. And people think that leadership is so, nice, it's powerful, it's enjoyable. It's not. It's a big inconvenience. It's painful. Ni kitu yani, I cannot wish on you. I admire your lives. I admire how much you sleep. I admire how much you enjoy your meals, how much you eat. Sasa kama mimi kutoka asubuhi sijakula. Na unaona saa hii ni karibu midnight. I've not eaten anything since morning because I've not found the time to eat anything. So wale ambao mnaweza niendelea kunishikilia na kuniombea na kunisupport, please do. I need it. Wale watanipiga ni sawa. You are a motivation. Mkinipiga, the more mnanipiga, the more napata sababu ya kuendelea, because now I have somebody I need to disappoint. If somebody says, for example, I'm a project, I need to stay in the game. I need to stay consistent so that I prove I'm not. If somebody says I'm a coward, I need to stay in the game and do some real confidence until they realize that I'm not. So the only way to win this is consistency. Any lie that is said about me right now, the only way I will defeat that lie is if I remain focused, consistent, and I never change. Because if I change, people will say, mnaona, situliwaambia. So now they've provoked me, I have to stay. Even if I thought of lifting, hata kama nilikuwa nimefikiria, kitu ndafanya hii mwezi ya pili bana, nimechoka niende nikapumzike. Now I have to keep doing it. So keep supporting us where you can. If you need to buy merchandise, if you need to donate, I assure you, there's no revolution without resources. Iyo msidanganyo. We need resources. For example, if we decide now we want to go to Narok tomorrow to do civic education, we need probably a tent. If we don't need a tent, we may need an umbrella, or we may need this and that. That is resources. Otherwise, bye and God bless you.